What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Figure It Out of the Basement's Black Series talk show. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
What's up, guys?
And today we are going to be reviewing the brand new Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker 2-pack. This is the Empire Strikes Back Bespin Duel vignette series.
Yep, Hasbro Pulse exclusive. When we bought this, we did secure it for $69.99, but do whatever fiscal policy of the week, Hasbro did increase the price to $79.99, but we'll be reviewing the set under the impression that it's $70. $75 with tax.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Justin, this one, long time coming.
Yes, I'm very excited for this set. It's kind of like a sequel set to the SDCC Anakin and Obi-Wan set. You know, it has that environmental base and
this one
stuff like that.
Yeah, and this one was like the next idea down for like, oh, if they do this again, they should do Vader and Luke Bespin Duel, and then here it is.
Mm-hmm. But it's also like the SDCC set, the way we kind of explain it, that's like a level 3.
Yeah.
This is like a level 2, and then the Mace Windu and Sidious is like a level 1.
Yeah.
Of like these 2-packs with just a little more pizzazz in it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get into the bio on the back of this beautiful blue box. I do like the blue. It really pops. Overpowering a battered and bloodied Luke Skywalker in Cloud City, Sith Lord Darth Vader revealed a frightening truth, that he was Luke's father.
I like that they have this little diagram thing on the back. Attachable clash effect.
Posable soft goods cape. We do have a wired soft goods cape in here.
Yeah.
Love the mural art on both sides.
Yeah, the front of the box looks great. Some good windowless packaging.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump into the set.
Let's do it.
Through the power of YouTube magic, we've already assembled the base. There is some assembly required behind this, but it's very simple. There's actually not really instructions.
Right, but it's like they only fit into certain slots, so it's kind of impossible to do the wrong way.
There is a number on the railing piece, and then this part that it slots into. It's very faint, but you can see it. So they're all numbered. So you got to put the rails on. Unfortunately, it seems like there's been quite a few people out there that have been getting duplicate rails, or they're missing certain rails. And unfortunately, with this being a sold out set, there is no way to replace those.
Yeah, I know it happened to 332nd Collectibles. It happened to Wilbon. I've seen a few examples on Reddit. Mine was perfectly fine, and Nate's is perfectly fine, thankfully. So hopefully it isn't that widespread of an issue, but it is worth noting.
Definitely. But to focus on the base itself, I think they did a really great job with this. Mm-hmm. Obviously, it's not 1:1 scale, movie accurate, completely identical to what we see on the screen, but I think it serves its purpose. It's not too big, but I also feel like it's not too small.
Right.
In my mind's eye, it gives me the idea of the Bespin Duel of Cloud City,
Oh, yeah. There's little details and little greebling pieces that are just, like, molded onto it. Like, right here, there, here. The floor has... It's not, like, a grate, but it's, like, just a whole bunch of lines together. There's texture on it. Then these, like, little rectangular pieces. Mm-hmm. The railings are nice and gray. You got the little yellow lights, which are a nice touch.
Yeah, paint.
Yeah. The majority of it is unpainted. I mean, it's just that light gray plastic. But I do, on the pole attachment things, I like the chrome reflective silver on it.
It's a really nice silver.
It honestly looks like a 3D print. And I mean that in a good way.
Right.
Because I'll always prefer molded plastic. Mm-hmm. I mean, there's not going to be any print lines on this whatsoever. You could 3D print a superior version of this, like the Landspeeder Luke file. But I always prefer the officially licensed, official, collectible Black Series environmental pieces when they do them. So I no longer feel the need to print that.
Yeah.
But it does, I mean, it literally looks like the bamboo light gray.
Right. It's a nice looking piece. There's also these little like clear
the
plastic pieces, the pegs on the bottom, so that it'll sit on the shelf and it'll be elevated a little bit, and these are just popping out Go back in.
Yeah, the smaller ones do pop out for me as well.
Yeah.
Like those little tiny little railings.
Stay in there. I'm not going to say we personally willed this set into existence, because this was on a lot of people's lists, but
Truth.
I literally said in a video how awesome it would be to have this as a removable feature.
Dude.
And then they revealed that, it was an option and that it was just going to be a piece that pegs in and then pegs out. And I was just like, man, this is literally exactly what I was asking for.
Of course, cut by Vader's swing of his blade.
Yep.
And it's always a nice, satisfying moment in the film. Just slices through it like butter. And I like the customization aspect to it. I think display-wise, I'm going to keep it full configuration.
I think so.
Just to sell the effect more. I feel like if I displayed it without, it would be doing a disservice to selling the effect.
Right.
With the poles on it, I'm like, okay, that's Cloud City, on Bespin.
Yeah.
Good touch though.
Overall, though, I think they did a really great job with the actual base piece here, and it looks awesome. Well done. Mm-hmm. Now we'll talk some figgies. We'll start with something a little familiar here, which is, this figure is it's very familiar to both of us.
It's very good, too.
It is. We're going to start with the Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader.
Yes, sir. This figure is, for the most part, the same old Empire Strikes Back Darth Vader that we know and love. Yep. And I do say love because it is the first Darth Vader in the line that had butterfly joints, and you could actually get him to hold his lightsaber with both hands really nice. And, we still are retaining those 2014 Blue Line legs, which is a disappointment. I would have preferred new legs on this Vader. But the main draw to this Vader is going to be the wired soft goods cape, which is excellent. If there was a Vader to do a wired soft goods cape, it would be this Vader.
Right.
When he's standing on this platform, trying to tempt Luke to the dark side. It's a very windy scene. His cape is blowing, and you're going to be able to recreate that with this wired cape. So we now have our second wired cape in the Black Series, and keep it going. It's a very nice, thick wire, too.
Yep.
Some wired capes in other toy lines aren't as thick. They're a little more thin, and I like the thickness on this one.
Yeah, I think they are continuing what they started with Ronin, where it is one continuous wire just running through, but it's a nice, sturdy, strong wire. You can really get some effects of, the wind blowing. The cape is probably still a tad large. I mean, it is a little Spawnish in a lot of ways with the size of it. Maybe even Batman, But still, I think it looks great. You could bunch it up, though, and it really kind of hides just how big it is.
There also was a tag, but it's a very easy rip.
Yeah, it is worth mentioning. There is a tag on these. It has to be some kind of safety requirement because Ronin also has a tag. But literally, we just pulled it off with just pink.
Yep.
And it pulls right out.
Yeah.
So
not a big deal.
It was a really simple thing to remove. Now, Vader just comes with his lightsaber. This is one aspect where I feel like the set does fall just a little bit short. Overall, I'm still really happy with everything we've got, but we definitely needed some alternate hands for Vader. We also need them for Luke, too. But Vader specifically,
could have just been a fist.
We just need the fist. Obviously, there's other gesturing hands during that scene as well that I think would also be great to have. But ultimately, even if we just would have got the fist, I feel like that would have.
Yeah.
I would have been like, this is 100% peak. Like, everything about it is amazing. But I still think this is a great set. It's just, it does hold it back, especially since we kind of had the expectations, from the SDCC set.
Yeah, and there is a price discrepancy. There is a $40 difference. But if you think about it, that SDCC set only had one alternate hand per figure.
Yeah.
So if we could have emulated that even, I'm in the camp of if they just included the fist hand as an alternate hand, I would have been fine. Even with, the leg reuse, I've kind of just accepted the 2014 leg reuse. I
Right.
don't know if we're ever going to get a newly sculpted Vader that's like 100% new, which is crazy, as the most iconic villain in cinematic history. But his forced little, like, pointing, gesturing hand, it is good for, like, reaching out to Luke and trying to
Right.
tempt him, and it's not the worst. But it
No.
could be better with the fist if you only knew the power of the dark side. Like that,
Right.
I would have liked the fist, but I'll still take it.
Yeah. Otherwise, though...
Paint on the hilt, too.
Yeah, true. The hilt is painted, thankfully. The details on the chest box are really good, too. Same thing with on the belt. Really clean. Blues, reds, greens, even white and silver paint there as well. So this is, another great release.
Is it the best Vader?
No, because the helmet is a little strange.
It is.
There is just something slightly off about the helmet. I think what they need to do is somehow release the Return of the Jedi Vader helmet with a non-removable feature, because I feel like that is like the perfect Vader helmet sculpt.
I see what you're saying, too. Over the years, I've actually sort of soured on the ESB helmet, and it actually doesn't make our top 10 of all time anymore because of it. I'm bad at articulating why something's wrong with it, but something is. I do like the gunmetal gray on the neck, on the lower part of the mask, but yeah, probably second, or maybe third best Vader.
Yeah.
Duel's End is great too. It's still good.
It's good enough.
Yeah.
It's definitely good enough, although I would 100% buy a brand new Vader, something that's head to toe. Head to toe.
Likewise.
Final note about the soft goods cape. I think it's well done, and it's better than any SHF Vader cape that they've done yet.
Now let's get into the main draw.
Yes.
The main draw.
Yes,
of
my
this
brother.
set.
This is something that we have been excited for ever since we saw the promo images. And we have a brand new Luke Skywalker. This is Bespin, and he is battle damaged now. So for the first time in the line, we've got battle damaged Bespin Luke.
He looks so good.
Absolutely iconic outfit from the end of the movie, well, from a large portion of the film, but this battle damaged version is obviously very scene specific to the end, including battle damage on Luke's face.
Yep.
So this figure does reuse the Dagobah Luke head.
Yep, which is fine because
Yes.
the Dagobah Luke head is perhaps the best Mark Hamill likeness in the entire line. So it is that same head sculpt, but the battle damage, the paint, the photoreal is still all very, very nice. I mean,
It's a fantastic likeness.
yep, the torso is brand new, the arms are new, the thighs are new. I think the only true reuse is the lower legs. I think the belt is even new.
Wow.
And there's a wash on the figure, which is great.
Yeah, tons of paint. The hilt is painted. The
Yep.
wash is there. There's rips in the costume, and they've painted the flesh tone
Yeah,
in
that
there
is so
as well.
cool. There's rips on both arms and both legs, which is so nice. And yeah, like you said, there's a wash all over the figure. There's silver on the buckle. The buttons are mostly painted. They're painted all on the front, but there are a few... there's 2 missing buttons on the back,
Of course.
which is fine. Though at least the ones on the front are painted.
Yep.
You have his blaster, which does have a little bit of brown on the handle, a little bit of gunmetal gray on the tip of the pistol, blaster pistol, but the rest is just cast in that sort of gunmetal gray plastic. Holster works perfect. One of the best things about this upgrade, we got those butterfly joints. This is an all-new torso, new arms, new
yes.
shoulders, so
And
it's good.
this is a nice soft rubber overlay too. It's a softer plastic, so you can really get those two-handed poses very easily.
Oh, yeah.
Very dynamic stuff. I think posing this Luke has been so much fun. It's so easy to just do a little quick knockout pose and get something a little bit more dynamic than what we're used to, especially when it comes to Luke Skywalker figures.
Yeah, because that figure, this look pre-battle damage has been done before, but again, that was a blue line figure, or it was an orange line figure, I think. I think it might have been orange, and then they just did a photoreal update for the 40th of Empire.
Oof.
So we actually haven't had this look of Luke with modern sculpt work. And I love the trend of 2025 kind of giving us some updated engineering of the classic characters from the original trilogy. Han, Chewie, 2 looks of Luke, Leia.
Yep.
They did R2 a couple years ago, so I like the updates that they've been doing, for sure.
Yeah, and we desperately have needed them. We forgot to mention there is also a clash effect included, which
True.
we saw this in the SDCC set with Anakin and Obi-Wan, but it also makes a comeback here, and you can just plug it in and have them facing off and clashing their sabers together. Such a cool, fun effect. Just keep including it with random sets. Just keep giving it to us so that we can...
It's like, why not? If you sculpted it, just throw it in, especially your dual sets.
Right.
You know, I'm not saying a normal Jedi single release has to come with it, but if you're doing a dual set, just throw it in there for that small amount of perceived value that you get with it. And it's fun.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Right. It is fun. And Luke, man, these butterfly joints work great with the soft overlay. You can actually get a really nice range of motion out of it. And while this figure does unfortunately lack thigh swivel, they did a pretty good job this time around of giving us plenty of range in that hip socket so that we actually do get a pretty decent little thigh swivel here
I
for him.
totally forgive it. I totally forgive it. This is what they should have been doing in the first place, how it rotates on that ball joint. You know, when they first started removing thigh swivel, it would be so limiting, and all they had to do is, I guess, open up a little more space. Probably also varies design by design with the character, but
Definitely.
in this specific instance, I give it a pass. Might even be a full pass. Would you rather just have it to have it?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course. I would rather just have it to have it, but it is nice to see that they are making an effort to at least give us a little bit more range out of the hips, because if it's gone for good, which it seems like it is, at least for right now, because it's clearly not about piece count or budget, because we're getting new things like toe articulation and boot swivel.
Right.
So it's clearly a design aesthetic choice, and if they're going to get rid of it, just please give us some more range in the hips so that we can still pose the figure, especially a figure like Luke where he has specific rips on his knees. So had he had less swivel at the hip, you know, it could make posing look really awkward.
Yeah. It is weird that they would go back to take thigh swivel away. It's like slightly odd because they've done, like, the lower part of the legs are reuse as far as I know.
Yeah.
So it's like they had to redo the thighs to get the battle damage on there, and in that process take away thigh swivel. So you get the battle damage flesh tone, but you miss out on thigh swivel, and in this instance it's fine because this Luke might just be the best Luke in the line. I'd have to really think about that, but it's definitely top 3.
Yeah, the likeness is fantastic. Smart reuse of the Dagobah Luke head. The new body is well detailed. There's so much paint on the figure itself. The articulation is great as well. It is definitely up there. I hope we get a non-battle damaged version. This figure, just no battle damage.
I'd buy it.
Hasbro, take my money. Because this is just such a fun figure. I've had so much fun. I've already shot a little bit of B-roll even before we started this review. Because this is just a fun set. I've been having so much fun posing Luke, posing Vader on different, you know, moments from the end of the movie.
And then this just brings the whole thing to life. Hasbro, do more. This
absolutely
is what I think I've wanted all this time as a collector. I just didn't know that I wanted it because I never really campaigned for these sorts of bases and like sets. But now that we have them, I'm like, this is kind of fulfilling. Like, it goes so well with 3D printing. Luke, you want to give us a little extension piece right here to do the walkway or something, or on that side?
right.
I'm down to extend, but even without that, it's just small enough. Just like the Revenge of the Sith set, it's just small enough to not be a shelf killer. It's just a small little condensed vignette scene, and it's really scratching that itch when it comes to the environmental piece side of the Black Series. So it really does bring this set to life. Do more of these sorts of things. I love it. So I would absolutely recommend this set. Again, we pre-ordered it for $69.99. Easily worth my money. A figure is $25. Well, it's $28 now, so $56. Or I guess pre-price increase, it would have been $25. So $50 and then $20 for the entire base with all these separate railing pieces and the big pole and the little greebling piece right here that you attach. For $20, I'm down.
Yep.
I'm down.
Absolutely. I think, like I said, only thing could have made this set even better is just some alternate hands. Yeah. Maybe some different expressive hands for Luke as well. I do also want to mention it is nice and easy to pop his hand out.
Oh, nice.
If you want to go, he's got his hand cut off at this point, which is just awesome that they made it nice and easy to just pop.
Is there like any detail?
No, there's no detail. I just think that they,
Yeah.
they just made it unusually easy to pop the hand off. Usually Black Series hands are a little tricky to get off.
Right. Yeah, it totally works too.
Yeah.
For all the figure photographers out there, I think it works.
Yep. But otherwise, this is a really fun set. I'm so happy with it. Some more OT goodness. Obviously, that is our favorite era of Star Wars.
Yes,
and
it is.
While we do love prequel era, we do love other eras of Star Wars too. Mm-hmm. Nothing hits like the OT, and they've been doing some really fantastic updates to some figures from 77, and now to see some updates to some figures from Empire is fantastic. Mm-hmm. Let's keep it going.
Do some new characters too from the OT, which I think heading into 2026 and 27, we will be seeing new OT characters, not just redos, which... Like, the redos are great and, dare I say, essential to do. Mm-hmm. To always keep them in the line and keep them up to date.
Right.
You should never have to be stuck with a horrible representation of a main hero or villain. So, I'm down for it. And like I said, 2026, 27, I think we're going to be heading into some new mm-hmm. with the OT. So... yeah, I'm just really hyped. I love the set, and this sort of release just really gets me excited about the overall state of the line as well. So, 2 thumbs up from your boy.
Yep, absolutely essential. Definitely get this one. Hopefully it comes back into stock again, because like we mentioned earlier, it is currently sold out on Hasbro Pulse in the States here. I'm not sure about internationally or anywhere else, but, here in our little bubble, it is currently sold out.
Yeah.
Also great to see, though, because then that's sending a sign that we want this and we want more.
That's true. And also join that Discord, because I managed to get a few people some sets when it went back up and there was like 500 left, and then it's sold out now. But join that Discord for those in-stock alerts.
Mm-hmm. And with that being said, that's all we've got for you on this week's episode of Figure It Out. Hopefully you enjoyed the review. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you are new. We're always talking about Star Wars The Black Series here on the channel. If you are in a position to help support us directly, we do also offer a couple different channel membership tiers. Check those out down in the description below. And while you're there, like we mentioned earlier, join that Discord.
Join it up.
Justin will ping you. You won't miss your figgies. It's a win-win.
That's true.
As always, we got to give a huge shout out and a special thank you to all of our current channel members. Your continued support is truly appreciated. And thank you to everyone else out there for watching. I'm Nate, joined with Justin.
See you guys later.
And we will see you all next time on Out of the Basement.